To Mark of the Beast letter before they try to make me respond in the Holy Ghost when the funky girl people were raping me at the school and now I don't need a job. And then I told the white man that I would smack the Holy Ghost out his mouth. When I came to this place, I put the burrito in because the video started playing on my Obama phone, my first Obama phone before the one that I had when I had the tattoo. Some videos were made before I even had that Obama phone were playing on it. With I mentioned the 2010 in that video before there's other videos from a different time playing when I didn't even have that phone before I had my second Obama phone after 2017 was already yet to come. Before people were claiming that when I put this burrito in, I ate my Frito chips, and I had did a whole bunch of watch lists on my eBay before people tried to tell people it was Jesus, that the management released a 666 letter trying to kick me out, claiming that I was afraid of them when I made that video, but they claim that they're still attacking me now after 2022 whole year ended versus half of 2022 ended, but the year can't end with the same age that I was before that. When people claim that year by year for 31 after 15, and year by year 31 before half of the year before 2015 was a certain time frame when it's a plural and a singular. Before people claim that I was scared of them because they were murderers and they wanted to be seen for free at a time when they disappeared in that year. Even after now was after I mentioned 2022, but I mentioned in a certain key of after the spring 2015 Chase Park versus I mentioned in a different key after 2022 whole year was not just after 2020, but a different key. Before I'm about to eat this burrito, it was in a different key of right now in this place, walking from the kitchen to here and watching from the other side past the front door. Normally, if I go through the front door, I go here. I don't go straight to the kitchen before people claim that when I ordered this stuff on eBay, I mentioned something. When I did the watch list, I mentioned something about from that video was made before then at the time 2017, and then from the time frame before that video was made, before a time frame before 2020, when they mentioned that I was scared of them outside of the realm and inside of a domain when that place didn't exist at the time. It's very dangerous to have a car unless people can license it up really good so that they're not riding around places having a freebie, because they'll claim that they see, but they'll say that, oh, that license plate is bothering people because they're not using it for a good purpose, when it's better not to have a car sometimes. Because people will say, how did you get that car? Because I was hospitalized and they tried to give me disability, so someone was able to give me a car because someone claims that they were always existing when they didn't do nothing, but I had to take over for myself what they thought that they existed the whole time. They could just try to identity theft me. So it could get very dangerous, but I'm the type of nigga I'll expose a nigga when they give me a 6-6 letter because the people were trying to get married like a lame nigga. When I said I'll kill you, I'll smoke you with Holy Ghost stairs. At the time, people try to say it's not fair, I'm not a fag, because people try to get the best of them. At this time, I could have died, but people will start realizing that when I mentioned 2022, it's a vertical 7 years, 5th month, 23rd to the 3rd to the 13th. That will be a different time of multiple videos since the coronavirus, since whatever event and Halloween happened in 2022 versus whatever 2015, beginning of the year versus end of the year at a different time. When people say that, they wanted to get the best of people because they rose to the top because there was no people related to a certain connection of someone telling them that they were afraid. In 2015, they were attacking me before I made that video, Chase Park this way, the other church that way, in a different corner where it could be inside of a church where a devil is cast out, because people will say that 45, 48, 2015 was different 5 years later, and 1614 was different 5 years before. Someone says that there was no evidence of someone who claimed that people were scared of them, because that video was after my Obama phone when I mentioned 2020. So I already had technology before that time frame, but someone would claim they were releasing ATL and videos in 2004 before that time, but some stingy in 2017 was different than a certain time frame. When people say, man, I can't know these niggas because they're just different than me. And it's like, you know, if someone's different than me, you have to be a certain man, but people will release people around their children doing witchcraft that they don't even know, and some quack will try to. So you do have to pray, because it's like, I don't want to be evil, but if it's like people doing silly things, like at what point did I not want to be part of that? But I had to ask God, Lord, could I not be part of this silliness? But then they'll try to stalk me using identity theft with the white people, who, what I mentioned in the beginning of this video. Before, you also have to point out that when the video played on my phone, they don't have, like, sometimes something in Google could be like a feature or a technology that could be useful at a time, that if I had it, it would have changed everything, you see. So this was from 2020. So if I had had that feature, it would have been like having a whole bunch of millions of diamonds, and then it could have been a feature that converted that technology to a different type of technology, where I could have inserted my devices and had the management not attack me, where I could listen to my videos, because I wouldn't have to pay for rent when they try to rape me and say that he needed a job, because they wanted to harass me and claim that it was Jesus, while they wanted to hide in secret when it was a grown adult attacking me, telling people that, oh, I want to have a fun time harassing someone, when he had to prove his wank size, because he got attacked satanically by people, when he had to prove that he said, I could do that. But they said, oh, I'm a witch, I'm an angel, I'm a warlock. But then they'll say, oh, he's scared of me because I could just kill people, because he wasn't allowed to be in secret the way he came, you see. So people will say, oh, he wants to know people, but I don't even know this nigga. And it's like, I don't mention people because I never mentioned them a day of my life. I just wrote what the fuck I saw, the ways, and I got the fuck out of there, because people will realize that no matter what you try to take in secret, you'll always leave in secret where the fuck you came. So I know people could be like, oh, he's a certain way, but if Quavo pulled out the hands, he probably would Tyson a nigga out the game. So that's why you got to be proud of people who are nice and smooth with it, because they got the girl. And now people will say it's not fair, but why you looking crazy for? Because he does have the hands, like you said, so he'll probably Tyson you. So it's like, you do want to point out that you don't want to make people mad, because the whole time, like, they was a raw nigga, you see. But like, I can't know these niggas because they have a chance to prove that they're not T-Bone, you see. So you do have to realize, like, white people, they love the man. He could have the prettiest girl, but as far as being the princess, the mixed princess Aladdin, you have to prove that you could swoop around like Beyonce and say it doesn't matter, because she's definitely a black queen, you see. But there's other people too in the world who are very more prettier and graceful than her, but they're not part of that race. When someone says, oh, there's a big Jasmine princess, but there's other girls in the world who I wanted since I was 04, before people even existed. After 2015 didn't even exist. 2020, when I had videos before that, before my tattoo video.